Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Mythlok with your host Nitin Nair. We have visited many mythologies and characters from around the world where we had lots to say and then where we had very little to say. We chose these characters even though we don't have much research that collaborates or justifies their existence on our website, but the importance of these characters ensure that we definitely have to cover them. We might not have the best or the most detailed information, but then acknowledging the existence and its importance to the people is quite important as well. One of the main mythologies where we have always struggled to have too much information, mainly because of the amount of research that is done in that field is not really high, is the Olmec Mythology. We've mentioned this before that the Olmecs did not have a system of recording their history, which means that a lot of the gods and characters that we speak about in this podcast and in the Mythlok website are based on the incomplete study by researchers and experts the world over. Having little information does not make it less interesting, so we will continue with another character from the Olmec mythology, who is the banded eye god, or in scientific circles, God 6. The banded eye god or God 6 is one of the even more obscure of the main deities of the Olmec civilization and its mythology. While most historians agree that he or she is a god in his own right, there is a school of thought that believes that he or she is a manifestation of the Maize Deity. Although it's only known about in a few regions from the Valley of Mexico, the banded eye god is featured in the Las Limas Monument 1 in the Olmec heartland. The banded eye god has a narrow band that runs along its face, which gives it its name. It has almond-shaped eyes and a round iris. Another feature that is common to the other gods is a cleft head and a downturned mouth. Some depictions also show him or her with a toothless grin. The deity also appears more human than any of the other Olmec gods. The banded eye god is considered to be a provider of sorts. He is also a deity of springtime and renewal who symbolizes reborn vegetation and is thought to be a precursor to the Shepe totem, the Aztec god whose priests wore human skin flayed from sacrificial victims as a sign of rebirth. As with all other Olmec gods, very little is known of the banded eye god. Historians and researchers are still studying available resources to determine the origin and other details of the god. Further details of the god have been comparatively harder to find, as almost all the available depictions have been in the form of drawings on pottery. What makes this even more unique is that apart from the sculpture at La Lima, every other drawing of the deity has been a side profile. So once again, the mystery surrounding the Olmec mythology continues, and we are trying our best to get you the information from the best sources to provide you with more details on how and when these characters can actually be verified with more data and information surrounding their existence. Thank you very much for tuning in to another episode of Mythlok. This is your host Nitin Nair, signing out by reminding you once again that Mythlok is the home of mythology.